Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Star Ladder Season 7. I'm your host, Obi-Wan Kenobi, bringing you English live stream from the Joined studio, the one I have dubbed as the game of the night, the team which has been impressing and also performing beautifully across all the cups outside of the TI3. Of course, they were one of those teams that did not get invited to TI3, but has basically been winning everything around TI3. It is Kaipi going up against the winners of the International 3, the Alliance. That is our matchup for tonight. Of course, this lineup of Kaipi is undergone a couple of changes over time, but yeah, there you go, right background on it. But it is going to be Envy, Pilot Eye, Bone7, Aoi 2000, as well as the men tagged up as Beaven Knight, which everyone knows as the most popular streamer out there. Sing Sing. That is their full lineup against the full lineup of Alliance. Luckily, I now have my full lineup of casters here as Clairvoyance finally looks at his damn Skype, and he is joining me, Clairvoyance, for this last game of the night. How you doing, man?
I'm doing alright, man. I had no idea the phone call disconnected, and I'm just thinking, wait a second, we're into the draft, Toby. What's going on? You should have said a word or two by now. And then I said, lo and behold, the Skype chat disconnected. What's up with that, Toby?
Yeah, and there was like 4 calls towards you. You should turn some sounds on that thing, man. Always useful.
Oh, no. You know what? I need to turn that on, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Reminder. I turned that off, and I'm just like... Because you know how, like, random people sometimes, they add you on Skype and they can call you, too? Have you ever had that before?
You can turn that off so random people cannot call you. But random people can add you, yes.
Well, you know.
Yeah. If random people could add me and call me, then things would be in a lot more trouble whenever I do live stream.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought you'd have more experience. And
yeah. Let's look at our game right now, man, because we're going down a path which I know Kaipi has forced so many other teams in the past to also do. We get the Baron being banned out by S4, but he wants to play with fire. So he bans out the OD, the Prophet as well as the Naga is then the ban out by Envy, and with the first pickup, he gets the Wisp. And a hero which he's actually led through multiple times because he's happy to play Wisp up against Batrider. But it seems like Alliance, they're also like, this is the second game for them tonight, and it's the second game that Wisp has been involved. They got it last time, and now this time it's in the hands of Kaipi.
Oh, what can I say, man? 100% win rate so far from TI3. I mean, not every single team was so successful. Alliance, first pick, Abaddon. My oh my, this is something... Okay, so this team, obviously a very vast and very expansive pool of heroes that they can play around with. But they just added a new one. First picking that hero, they must have had experience with this. You know what? I actually spoke to Boba just in between games. They were playing a scrim, a Liquid against Alliance, and Alliance did pick Avernus, according to what I heard. So this is something from their experience. Like, this is not just a random pick, Go Black style that they're trying out. This is they've experimented with this, and I shouldn't say that about Go Black. I'm saying like teams are still experimenting with these picks. But Alliance have also experimented with this already, so they know that they're going to a game with Avernus. It's not some silly thing they're pulling out because for the fun of it.
I'm interested to see the combination they want to attempt here. Like, we've been seeing the most popular Abaddon lineup has been Abaddon plus the Weaver. That's been like the most popular kind of thing to run as this dual lane, off lane kind of thing. But you're running a Chen plus an Abaddon. You got a lot of heal that can burst into just one person who's going to dive in slightly suicidally if that's what you want to do. But I'm wondering if Alliance even want to go like outside that box again, because you got a Chen and an Abaddon. Do you just want to get massively greedy? Because if they're going to run a dual lane with the Abaddon, Chen's already going to be inside the jungle, which means you could have 2 people that have to be able to solo. 2 solo heroes, one for S4, one for Loader, or possibly Admiral Bulldog, depending on how they want to like work their lanes together. Are they looking for the all-out heal, or do we get to see our first Abaddon that actually gets played as a carry role?
Frankly, Toby, it would be interesting to see, but I really hope not. I'm not too sure if that's a viable winning strategy.
I can say it's not really. I'm just thinking outside the box for Alliance.
Yeah, man. It most certainly could be. I mean, hey, I've seen those builds where you get the phase boots, max out Frostmourne, and just right-click away at the opposition, and you just chase them into the ends of Oblivion with all of your spells, and you can't die. And really, though, his real benefits come from his Mist Coil as well as his Aphotic Shield, giving an effective HP of roughly about 500, 600 every time you can get the combo off. And it's received a significant number of buffs ever since the nerfs in Dota 1. I do want to say that for the Dota 2 starters, or anybody who's just entered straight into Dota 2, Abaddon used to be a top tier pick and competitive, and then it got nerfed to the ground with all of his cast range on his spells getting reworked or tweaked, and then eventually just kind of shut down from the 800 range, 1k range to 300. It's been buffed up to 500 or 600 or so on the Aphotic Shield, and the coil now has 800 as well. So it's a lot of good safe distance that the Abaddon has to cast his spells. And as you said, man, that kind of burst heal, considering the fact that Aphotic Shield not only heals but does damage as well, is a really, really powerful difference maker. And it reminds me of Necrolite in his functions, but much more versatile than that, because Abaddon is not limited to just performing his functions on one hero. He can do it to creeps, he can do it to teammates, and Abaddon can also deny himself with his Mist Coil by dealing self-damage of 125. So, really, really annoying hero to play against in general, I gotta say.
And I would agree. I think it's a more annoying hero to watch more than anything else, because you can feel the frustration that comes from the players every single time. It's like, yes, I have an ability to... No, I don't have an ability to hold him there. Damn it to hell. Interesting to see Weaver not being touched here by Eternal Envy. He's happy to let it slip through the pool. Bans out the Alchemist, bans out the Puck. So focuses on S4 and focuses on Lotus free farming as well. And straight up from that, Admiral Bulldog's Bounty Hunter comes up. He doesn't want to go down the lines anywhere near of a lone druid. The Prophet was already banned out as well, so he goes into one of his other core heroes, which is going to be the Bounty Hunter for them. And that's a dangerous hero for a Wisp to know that's on the field, because Bounty Hunter can nuke down Wisp very, very quickly to a point where there'll be nothing left. And then you have like someone like an Abaddon. He can even put a shield on the Bounty Hunter when he first goes in. You got the Abaddon nuke on top of that. You got the Chen nuke on top of that. It's kind of crazy that all three of these heroes have a way of destroying the Wisp. Two of them together could actually do it.
Alliance's turn to pick.
I lost Claire. Yep, I lost him.
No. Sorry.
No, I got you back.
I am here. Yeah, I was just muted for the time being because there was something on the side that distracted me. But what I was saying is that, you know, the Wisp killing potential, as you had mentioned, very powerful so far. It could only get better, though, really, because they're waiting for their 1 and 2 position heroes, arguably.
No, we
the
don't
ones
even
that
have
are
that. Like, imagine if it's like a TA that's about to come up here for S4.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Timbersaw, even. Something that can just pop the Wisp anytime it comes on. And honestly, I'm feeling one of those heroes right now. Timbersaw might be more of a tricky option, because if they pick Timbersaw here, Alliance lack a lot of control and a lot of damage. And speaking of damage, that department is being covered by that 4th pick right there, the Lifestealer. Massive damage potential within his innate skill set. His kit allows him to be so mobile around the map, not so much in terms of globally, but really just having sustainability in fights and being able to get in and get out as he desires with that rage to fall back on, as well as the infest. So a really nice pickup in conjunction with the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to give a lot of good movement speed to the Abaddon as well, to let him get to and fro in between fights. And I'm wondering, their 5th pickup here, it really has to be like a very traditional S4S hero. I mean, I can't see anything else come to pass. They're really lacking disables. They really want a ranged hero to couple up their situation. And kaipi, quick enough to steal the Timbersaw from them. Now, for some odd reason, I feel like Troll is not getting mentioned as of yet, but there is a slight possibility it really could. Because, once again, Alliance, not many disables, but Troll, really good against a lot of the heroes that kaipi has. And conversely, Troll can be used in kaipi's favor as well. With the Gyrocopter and the Flag Cannon with Battle Trance, it just does absolute
Does he
wreck.
fit into the lane still, though? Because that would mean you're looking at an off-lane Timbersaw.
Timbersaw, exactly. But what else is Bone 7 going to play at this point? Because the Prophet's banned out, Batrider's gone, Darkseer, Clockwork, both Bone 7 heroes banned out in the second phase, Lifestealer gone, Bounty Hunter picked by Bulldog. Toby, I honestly don't know what options he has right now.
There's not many left, is there? And now the Weaver's also removed out too, so that removes out the slippery little off-laner.
That's right. It's just, he's very limited to his devices right now. I mean, kaipi, they should have anticipated this. Knowing their drafts and playing tendencies, I'm sure they thought of this by this point. And I don't know, the reason why I feel Troll so much is because Sing Sing has been taking it every single game I've watched them.
Yeah.
So it's like the SF or
the difference is, though, with the Troll, they don't have the normal synergy they were looking for before. Like, the only synergy they're finding with his big ultimate is the fact that Jara can get his flat cannon out very, very quickly. Timbersaw, Wisp, and Rubik all don't get a real massive advantage from it.
But you know what, though? It's like, I feel like the Gyrocopter flat cannon with the cooldown, it might just be enough in these team fights. Especially against the Chen. I mean, it'd be really nice to have the alternatives coming out. And speaking of alternatives, is Alliance going to do DK here? That's also a possibility as well, but that's going to wrap up our Alliance lineup with a Chen plus 4 melee. And
10
most of the
seconds
time, that doesn't go too well, especially if the enemy has last pick, because last time I saw
5
kaipi
seconds
facing up
remaining.
against a 5 melee lineup of really good heroes. It was Spirit Breaker, Naga Siren, and Alchemist, those kind of melee
10
heroes.
seconds.
Especially when you
Just
got
got-
heroes like Jara and Rubik too, they're going to be pushing you back.
Exactly.
And then you got like Chakram.
5
You want to have
seconds
heroes
remaining.
that can get in. No, they need a jump hero, and that's exactly
Clean up
what they
game.
get.
That's the S4 hero that they were looking for.
Radiant
Now, it
team
doesn't have a
pick.
disable like a Puck would, but just as you said, S4 hero, something that jumps in. And
Ooh.
kaipi, oh my gosh, they're doing this. I can't believe they're doing this.
We're
They're doing it.
we're pulling out the axe. We're pulling out the axe. Now, where are they going to put this little sucker?
Okay, so the last time I saw this being done by kaipi, they used it as an aggressive trialing, and they won in 15 minutes against the tier 1 team. I won't say for the sake of like confidentiality with scrims, but it's just like one of those pocket strategies that they have. I'm kind of surprised that they're pulling it out against Alliance, but as I say that, the game is disconnected, or ended rather, because
Yeah.
there should be hosts coming
we,
in.
we were on the wrong server. We're basically over on a Russian server as opposed to
gosh.
being on EU West. So we had to DC out. There is, however, a small issue with this because Dota2 Network is currently down.
Excellent. Oh,
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
better could it be? Perfect. Now I can rabble on for another 15 minutes before the game starts in 14. But really though,
We're not going to do that. We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go to a break. We'll go to
Oh,
a break
gosh.
before that's going to happen. So we will be back here in a moment, guys. Grab yourself a beverage. Grab yourself a snack. We'll be back here once we get ourselves back inside the game and up and running when we work out what's going on with the Dota2 Network. So we'll see you back here shortly.